Welcome back. Season 2 of the Dad Chapter, Episode 1. You got Kevin Huff here.
Here we go, Kendra Keogh.
TJ Boyd.
Hey, we're not experts, just dads.
Winging it one diaper at a time.
Here we go, baby.
Back
Boys,
in
we're
action.
back.
I know.
After a little bit of a, what do you want to call it, a hiatus?
Yeah, well,
Is that the correct
summer
definition?
vacay.
Definitely.
A little hiatus, took a little break. This is our first time back since what, June?
28th, we were
Yeah.
in the studio. So, yeah, this is September 13th.
Almost 3 months.
Yeah, hey, how was summer,
90
guys?
days. A little
Little
summer vacation. Are you back
Yeah.
at school?
Back at school, yeah.
First week?
Summer's officially over. First full week in the book, so.
Okay.
You didn't
Kids-
see
kids back in school.
his suit and tie and his selfie the other
Yeah,
night.
what
I was
that?
dying
Was it an
laughing.
apple? What were you
Oh,
holding in
yeah,
that?
you know, apple a day, right? Keeps the doctor away. I'm trying to stay healthy, so.
I thought it was the core memory, so
That
you had the core of the apple.
That was one of those Taylor Swift's, you know, little puzzle
Are you a Swiftie?
clues. I've been a Swiftie since day one.
So are you happy with the
Country
whole...
Taylor, yeah.
Are you
So,
happy about all that?
I'm happy for her.
She's,
I think
like, off the market?
she found her guy. Yeah, I think she found her partner. So at first, you know, a little skeptical, but after watching their podcast episode, you know, on New Heights, I think I'm a believer.
Yeah, she had a really good like quote in that. I forget what she said exactly,
There
but
was
it
a
was
bunch
something
of-
like very motivational about like your time and energy needs to be the most expensive commodity you have or some sort. Does that ring a bell?
We'll have to look back at that. But yeah, it was like a 2-hour podcast almost, and I like the numerology part, being the math teacher. You know, I
Yeah.
like the like Travis Kelce's 87, her lucky number's 13. Together they keep it 100.
Oh.
So, yeah, you know, I'm a big
Wow.
fan. Numerology.
No, Keo was very invested in this. I'm
telling you,
All I knew is that they
today's the 13th.
started a
Wow.
podcast.
Funny story. I mean,
Well, the brothers always wait, so they have their own podcast?
Apparently, they started one, right? I
so a
saw the
little
news. That's
spin-off.
all I know.
if you would have told me we were going to start our season 2 with Taylor Swift, I would have been like, what?
I
We're a little
would've been
rusty,
no.
I mean-
Hey, it's a perfect place to start because, I mean, listen, we go on a family vacation, which I could do a whole hour on that, but we go camping. I'm texting you guys like, hey, I'll be off the grid for a few days. You know, I'm up in Lake George, New York, upstate, like, you know, and ironically, they must have put a cell tower in because we had more service than I thought we would. But we pull into the campground and my wife's checking in at the office there. And so I open up my ESPN app really quick to see if I even had service. And I see breaking news. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged. So I'm like telling our family in the campground, like, hey, we're bringing you news from the outside world. Taylor Swift's engaged. So yeah, that's how we started our camping trip. And then I tried to be off the grid with the family for a few days. So
Did you feel like you had a chance to reset, relax?
oh yeah, I feel like nature is the number one way to do that, at least for me. So and Kevin, like, literally, he goes, you're actually camping? Why?
Who does camp still?
Like in a tent, and I'm sending you guys a video.
on the
Honestly,
ground?
I was so impressed with your video.
Maybe we can put a picture together when we edit this whole thing together. Maybe our guy Nick can put a picture of the campsite in there so you guys can see if you're watching this. So we had a pack and play, we had a toddler bed in there, plus an air mattress for my wife and I, and yeah, we fit everybody in there comfortably.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it was a
The
fun time.
logistics that went into that was so impressive to me. I see like a legit tent. Like I didn't know if you were glamping, they call it, in a
Some
camper.
people do
No,
that,
you had a
yeah.
legit
Why was that in
tent.
quotes? What does that mean?
Just like kind of like the rich
Like not
way
on
to
the
do
floor.
it, like
Not
the
really
the rich
camping.
way.
yeah, like
Yeah,
you,
you're, like,
you get like a
cheating it.
fancy RV. You're kind of cheating out.
The rich
This
way
kid
is just
had
a hotel, no?
Well, yeah, technically.
sometimes you
but
need a hot
then you're not
shower.
camping at that point.
Yeah.
Glamping. Okay.
Yep. So we
Well,
were
you said
doing
something
that.
real quick to bring it back is our boy Nick. You want to give him a quick intro, Kendrick?
Nick Kudre. Yeah, I mean,
Who is he?
He is a former student of mine, class of 2023. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Nick. But no, 23.
Any comments?
That's when I had my daughter, and he made this awesome skit, which maybe we can post on our socials for you guys. But it was my paternity leave skit when I came back, you know, after a 12-month hiatus, or 12-week hiatus from teaching, and I came back in May for the end of the school year with my seniors, you know, for graduation and the fun time of the year. And he put this awesome skit together where he took a 3D scan of my body, and I sent him a random voice recording, like 60-second recording, and he turned it into a whole rap. And it aired on like the Southern News Network, and people were like, "You rapped that? That was pretty good." I was like, "I did no part of that. Like that was all Nick." So that's a little background on Nick. He was one of my top students all time, and he's going to be helping us out with our podcast here for season 2.
Our first official employee.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of titles, right? He's
like
you want
to call it. He's going to be our chief video guy.
Yeah, our chief video engineer.
Yeah,
I think
I like that. Well, we'll work on that.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Digital media professional. Yeah, so we'll get
Nick, we'll work on that. But welcome to this team, man.
Yeah,
We're
thanks,
excited to
Nick.
have you.
Yep.
And I guess that's just a quick recap of kind of what we want to talk about, just with the little hiatus we took, a little summer vacation for Keo, some of his camping. TJ, I'm excited to hear what you've been doing at the shop.
Yeah, I'd like to hear a little bit more about this camping before we get into that.
Well, I'm still talking about this camping,
dude. This the logistics. You got to realize when he has the 2 kids, and Kenzie's running around. Not so much Carson, but you had the pack and play in there. You had like 2 different mattresses. You had some kind of like crib thing. Like
I was a
just
little intimidated.
Dive into that a little bit, just for like parents that want to go camping. Because I was like, wow, like I didn't think it was doable, but you made me like turn an eye open and be like, that might be cool. Like if we did it with you one day. Like,
see.
So what was the logistics? Was that all Shannon? Or like
Shannon is definitely the planner, the camper, like at heart. I mean, she got me into camping,
really?
So I got to bring you back to like the first year we went, long before kids. It was just Shannon and I dating. I'd never really camped before, at least in a tent, so I had no idea what to expect, and she probably didn't either. So we go up there, and I have no idea how to pitch a tent or do any of the outdoor stuff. So they taught me how to help out with the tent, and Shannon pretty much did the whole thing herself, and it poured. Like I remember it pouring rain that trip, and I was just like, I don't know if I'm into this whole camping thing. But they taught me how to like chop wood, like the woodsman way and lumberjack way, if you will. So
I actually think that's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, just walking down a rock beach, watching sunrise there, like the stars at night. I'm telling you, like unlike any star like sky you've ever seen. Like
see everything.
Yeah, because there's no light pollution. Like the stargazing, I would have stayed up all night. So that was phenomenal. I fell in love with the place, and they go every summer. Her family from New York, so it's just like their family gathering spot, and it's super cool. So then when we had our daughter,
in New York?
Upstate Lake George.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like up in Ticonderoga, Hague area.
I heard it's beautiful there.
Yeah.
Even in the summer too,
Highly
you
recommend.
can do a bunch of.
Yeah, my father-in-law loves it up there. He always talks about Lake George as a kid.
It's a big travel spot. So if you haven't been, check it out. But so it gets into the 40s at night. Like it's even in August when we go camping, it's pretty chilly. So like I remember when my daughter was born, we still were like, are we going to take her? And sure enough, we went. We made it. She was like 6 months, and she was in this giant sleeping bag, looked like the Michelin Man. Like it was hilarious. But she stayed warm, and that was like a little nerve-wracking to bring her up there. But she did great, and it was a fun time, And of course, you're limited on some of the things you want to do that you couldn't, that you could do before kids. But we still could go on hikes, put her in the backpack and stuff. So then when the 2 kids came along last summer, my wife was pregnant with our son. And we were still going to go. She was like, it's right after your wedding, Kevin. So we just got back from Greece. We were going to go to the camping again in New York. But we all got sick. Like we were in Disney. We were all over the place last summer. And it was just too much. We didn't want to get her family sick. So we had to cancel it. But this summer we made it with our 10-month-old son and our 2.5-year-old running around and going on little missions. And
had to be some core memories there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So perfect theme for this.
That's why
what a segue, TJ.
That's why I wanted to dig into it. I mean, I can only imagine that in the future.
Yeah,
he's been studying.
I might have to.
You got to bring Emma camping.
I know. I might take some convincing to bring Emma.
Wait, what do we do?
I'd like to.
What if we did like a little Lake George Inner Circle group?
We did.
Like outing, maybe we do. Well, that's the thing.
Now we're on to
maybe we
something.
get like a log cabin or something.
There you got the glamping going. Leave it to the Huffs for the glamping, bro. Leave it to the Huffs.
I'm not going in a tent.
Don't worry.
I'm not even going to ask Taylor that question.
Emma would be knocking on the door and be like, Taylor, can I sleep with you?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, my goodness.
No shot.
Yeah,
well, you guys, we'll get like a big compound or something. We'll have all 10 of us, maybe 13, 14. Who knows by then?
Yeah, who knows the number? Let us know in the comments if you want to see an Inner Circle big camping
trip. And we'll
trip.
live stream it the entire weekend.
Oh, my goodness. That would be some good content. Behind the scenes camping with kids.
That's actually funny. We all walk around with GoPros, put one on Kenzie.
Oh, my goodness.
Run around trip.
Yeah,
that'd be
throw one
awesome.
on Enzo, Brody, and Buster and see what happens.
Yeah, you get a full tour of the campground, the beach. Yeah, I mean, it's the life up there if you like nature. So
sounds relaxing.
What'd you guys do all summer?
Well, let's talk about the title. So, core memories. TJ, want to elaborate on that?
This summer, I mean, besides obviously work that we were slammed, which is awesome. I mean, it's a good thing. It's we expect that. People are out about on the road, so things happen to cars.
A lot of core memories in the shop.
Yeah. My father-in-law, the owner of it, actually reached out to him. He got married this in July. So when we took our little break.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Reese and Robin, I want to say.
Molly Pitcher, right?
Yeah, it was a beautiful wedding. Molly Pitcher Inn right on the water there. They had a great day. All the kids were there. It was definitely a memory. So I'm glad we did that. And then we
Not to cut you off, TJ, but I picked you up from that wedding, right?
Yes.
Like,
that actually...
The day after the wedding, I picked you up bright and early, and where'd we go?
We went and watched Chelsea become the world champions.
That's right.
Shout out to Chelsea.
Club World Cup. Talk about a core memory.
You guys had a good summer.
Up at MetLife. Yeah. Beat PSG 3-0. Let's go.
That was they were.
Oh, they beat PSG.
They were the big underdogs too, and there was a lot of making fun of them. And guess what? They won.
Yeah, we were the underdogs, big underdogs. So
another core memory for you guys.
I had to give that one a shout. But yeah, continue.
That sounded like a good weekend.
Oh,
it was a very good weekend.
Great
for me.
weekend, very eventful.
That was definitely a core memory.
Yes. You were saying you took a trip somewhere, Emma. What were you saying before? I cut you off after the wedding.
Oh no, that was. I mean, I'm glad you brought that up because I did want to touch upon that. But then a little later, my cousin Ryan got married. He's like a brother to me in Aruba. That was fun. Kevin was there.
I was.
Aruba.
And
welcome back.
Vinny, he's in the inner circle, and one of our other best friends. It just so happens that my younger cousin married his little sister. So we always joked, but Vinny and I are officially family.
Yes, now it's official.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So we joked about that. Ryan and Amanda are probably the longest going couple in the family. They've been together since like at least middle school.
That's crazy.
And they made it through.
Middle
they
school
went to
sweethearts.
college together.
And they're what, like late 20s, 29?
They're younger than
us.
Yeah,
wow.
That's for sure.
Late. They're like
good
late
for them.
20s. And it was a beautiful wedding. Wouldn't you agree, Kevin?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I love Aruba in general. I think if you haven't been, highly recommend it. But for a wedding, oh my God. I just saw between all the people, the vibes, the weather, it was perfect.
Tell you what, I'm completely sold on Aruba. Definitely my favorite island.
The best. The weather's always good.
Weather's perfect.
Can always count on 80 and sunny every day.
72 and sunny, maybe.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
It's a little chilly.
More like 85 and breezy. That'd be the best way to put it.
You guys already have convinced Shannon and I to start
There's two happy hours. It's 12 to 1. And
all day happy hour, right?
And I thought the coolest thing about that trip was that I became very close with the older crowd because me and Taylor were kind of just doing our own thing and hung out with Uncle Joey. Shout out to Uncle Joey. He wants to be on the podcast one day. Yeah.
Uncle Louie wanted you were hanging out with him a bunch
Mary
too.
and all them. It was such a good time.
Oh, they're lining up.
They're good dudes. Yeah.
But yeah, we want to go for maybe 10-year anniversary. So
there we go.
My wife and I, So Aruba, it's a spot.
If you aren't convinced, I can convince you.
Oh, when I saw some videos you sent, I think TJ
convince him in 3 words.
Looked like Bora Bora.
Weather, food, safety.
Ooh. Wow. There you go. That's a nice plug for Aruba.
That was really
good. They might want to use that.
You tell them an advocate.
visit Aruba. # weather.
And the funny thing is they actually love
safety.
Americans there. We are a majority of their economy. Honestly, we keep them afloat.
Well, tourism,
Yeah, the tourism. That is it.
And they're what, like a French-Dutch island?
Yeah, it's a Dutch-owned island, actually.
Is it all Dutch?
I believe so.
Well,
I think it is.
There is one that's like half French, half Dutch. I think
it's only 6 miles, I think, width.
Yeah, it's a small island.
It's tiny.
But do you realize how close it is to South America?
Oh, yeah. It's right off the coast of Venezuela.
Yeah, which is crazy.
So you're right by the equator?
Yeah.
I think that's why the weather's so good, because it's like right off of it.
Yeah.
So you get that breeze out there.
Doldrums.
And it's the same time zone, which is great.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so you don't have to
that's kind of just not rare, but kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially with how far you go. It's 3.5 hours. Easy flight.
It's like going to Hawaii.
People are so friendly.
Yeah. That's also a beautiful spot, which I've been fortunate to go. But
reasonably priced. It's not like anything crazy.
Yeah.
So highly recommend it. So we got Lake George as a family vacation. We got Aruba as a family vacation.
A lot of trips to make.
You guys went to Chelsea. 90 days.
A lot of memories.
Crazy.
Trip loved the swimming pool at the Marriott, one of the Marriotts in Aruba. That was cool. He brought his floaty. and we brought him in the ocean too, and the ocean's so calm on that one side of the island.
It's just like a lazy river.
And we just put him in it, and you could just tell like the people in the water, they were smiling because they saw him having fun, and it's just, you don't forget those
Isn't
kind of
that
things.
like when you see a baby, right? Like a baby or a puppy, can't you just not help but smile?
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like they just bring out like happiness in everyone.
They're just so
You're
genuine
having
and
a bad
authentic.
day, just look at a baby or a puppy.
They don't care.
Right?
They don't care who's around. They're just
Yeah.
gonna be them. It's like, it's
Speaking-
a shame that like people lose that after a while, you know?
I know. So I don't know what age that changes, but
I feel like once you get influence, like they say, like that's kind of like where we came up with the idea of the core memories for like this episode title is like, I think I read somewhere that like the kid under 5 and under only can relate 1 year to one memory. So like when they're 2, one thing only stands out to them, whatever that case may be.
Yeah.
May not remember every single detail, but when they're 3, they're only going to remember one memory. 4, one memory. 5, one memory. But once you reach post 5, and don't quote me on this, they start to remember multiple memories. But like core memory needs to be something so significant that they don't forget.
I
And it's
believe
like,
it.
why do you
Yeah.
stop at 5? I mean,
Right.
not saying
It's
it's
like-
intentional, but like, why not try to do that every year?
and that's why I think as a parent, it's so important to always be like at your best, or try to be at least, because you never know like what memory might stand out, right? Like you want it to be a joyous one,
Yeah.
you know, like not like one of those sad memories. I mean, stuff happens obviously, and I think those, like when you look up definition of core memory, it's a highly significant or emotionally charged memory that
Ooh, could we ChatGPT that? What is a
I
core
think
memory?
I looked it up, and it was pretty similar to that.
That was pretty good.
Emotionally charged memory.
I didn't know if
that-
you were going off the cuff on that or if you looked it up, but that
you?
sounded.
I looked it up, and if you want the exact one, it's a highly significant and emotionally charged memory that is central to a person's identity and sense of self, often shaping their perspectives and actions. I tried to memorize that, but I was going to
You do have a good
paraphrase.
memory.
I was going to paraphrase that, but yeah, you know, it's just, it goes to show you when you think about a year
Read
in
this out
review.
loud for the, because you have better enunciation than I do.
Let's see. A core memory is a powerful, emotionally charged experience that leaves a lasting impact and helps shape who you are. That sums it up right there.
Thank you, chat.
Yes. AI.
I think what was cool thinking back at the Aruba thing, and reason why we do this show, you know, help people out, you kids that want to be fathers or young fathers. What I noticed was that my cousins were there too with my nephew and my niece, and the older our aunts and uncles, grandparents, you know, a few of them I've noticed them actually make comments, and they think it's hilarious because of how involved we actually are with our kids, like the dads,
Right. Yeah, they're
my
kinda shocked.
my cousins and myself, like
I think
we're,
that's
like,
awesome.
Yeah.
I do too, and it made me feel like so good, and I'm like, this is the reason why we do this. Like my one uncle had me cracking up, and he was like, "So Teej, you got a podcast?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Me and my high school buddy started. It's called the Dad Chapter. It's about the millennial father. You know, we're a little bit more active." And he goes, "Yeah, I could count probably in my hand how many times I changed my kids' diapers." They had 6 kids.
That's
So-
why.
You're talking like
I was
thousands
dying
of
laughing.
diapers.
So they're saying like millennial dads are changing the game.
Yes.
With how we, well, not to speak for you guys, but
We are game
assuming
changers.
that like you guys are a lot more involved. And not saying anything back in the day was anything like wrong or whatever the case may be, but it was a different lifestyle.
Yeah, different
It's kind of like
times.
the idea was just the wife stayed home with the kids, and like they could afford a lifestyle like that by having one income.
Yeah.
I
was
personally
a
don't think
provider.
that's sustainable nowadays. I think with the rate of inflation, the housing market, just jobs in general, like to have only one sense of income. I mean, college alone. Like, how do you even start doing that by yourself? And let alone
Yeah.
you have 6 kids.
This is
Say,
why
yeah.
my old man always says to me, "I don't know how you kids are going to do it," because exactly what you just said.
It's scary.
As much as I want to tell my wife to stay home, we can't do that financially, right? At this moment, at least, it's just
You're not alone,
crazy
though.
times. No, we're not.
Because everyone wants to give that. Like, ideally, having like your significant other stay home with the kids is like, I think like the ultimate dream.
That is- that
And, like
is.
to still not sacrifice your lifestyle
Right.
just for that. Because just thinking about the bonding alone.
I know.
That, like, I don't know,
It's so many people I've
it's sad.
talked to recently, which I'm glad to hear this. They said like my dream job is a stay-at-home dad or a stay-at-home mom. Like, and I thought
I
it was
personally do
just
think
me.
I would like to work as much as possible.
I would like to.
That's okay, because I would too.
Yeah.
And
And my wife would be so much better at that than me. be honest.
It's a lot of wives. My wife and I just had this conversation yesterday. We were saying like some dads, like they'll tell me like, oh, my wife, yeah, she doesn't like me to get like too involved or help too much, you know, and because it's probably easier for them. They
do everything better.
Yeah, they're just like naturally, like they're just instinctual, like they know what to do, and but that's why I was so grateful, like that my wife took the time to like show me and was like patient, almost like a teacher, like helped me learn these things.
Yeah.
Like I took a paternity leave, you know, when my daughter was born. So that was 12 weeks we took at the same time where we were both home with her, you know, going through everything together, like all the sleepless nights and like starting to take shifts and all that. But like, yeah, like going through the sticky tar diapers, you know, to like the runny ones and the fevers and everything in between. So like meconium.
Talk about memories and not necessarily the good ones. Enzo recently was sick this past week, and like 2 nights in a row he was up. The one night he was up every hour, almost on the dot. Had to go out to the bathroom, and Em and I were taking turns, and it made us think back, like, oh my God, this is what it was like when we had the newborn.
Yes,
and we did not miss that. Like we got comfortable getting our sleep in. Like that's the hardest part in the first 3-4 months of having that newborn. It's just not getting any sleep. And man, it like talk about memories. There's memories that we don't miss necessarily.
Right. Ooh, but sometimes those are the best memories.
Yeah, like they shape you. Like
they do shape you.
Yeah. And those are the ones that like stick with you, you know, the ones that cut deep. So
yeah, can we talk about any of those, T? Like give me the ugliest memory from that first 4 months. And maybe you can leave out those details, but we want the good, we want the bad, we want the ugly. Maybe not the tar.
I'd say from what I can remember, I mean,
I'll save the meconium.
You're at your wit's end when it's 2-3 in the morning and you have to work, you have to get up early. And there was a few times where I was not nice to my wife. And I mean, obviously you regret it, but in that moment in time, you feel like you have so much weight on you and things just happen. You know, you say things you don't mean. And then in the morning you give her a kiss goodbye and hope that she forgot that and she was half asleep anyway.
Right.
But like, that's the.
You can't do that.
I mean that's what I do. That's. I mean, I know. That's the truth though.
None of us.
But that's one thing people always say. Like you should never go to bed angry or like if you ever do leave, like you just never know. Like obviously say I love you, like good night or whatever. That's always something that I've always stuck out to me and like it's like not as easy. As times, like it's kind of just you want to like, all right, forget that night even happened.
Yeah, it's like can we hit like a mulligan, you know, golf shot, like a golf shot? Can we like
just browned out last
that?
Night? Did that even happen? Like, I mean, the truth is, but, yeah.
I feel like none of us are ourselves when we're tired. And
I mean, who is?
Yeah, especially when you're that tired. I know, like Kevin, you said you're doing a little training on that, like trying.
Yeah, I've kind of been giving that up. I realized.
Yeah, no, I was like, we thought you were crazy. We're like, get sleep while you can, man.
Well, lately now I actually have a longer commute, so I've been sleeping on the train like now in the mornings.
Yeah,
I've been kind of taking advantage of that, so now it's like allows me to kind of have that balance.
Power nap.
Speaking of which, how about announcement? What'd you do this summer?
My wife and I bought a home. Woo! We bought our dream home in Westchester County. So yeah, boom. But yeah, the commute added like another 20 minutes. So now like I'm on the train for like an hour in like 6 or 7 minutes. So that's perfect nap time. Yeah, so I found that balance for me. So now I'm going to bed normal, waking up still around the same time, trying to go to the gym. Lately it hasn't been. More just sitting in the backyard with the boys. That has been one of the best feelings. And when we brought the dogs for the first time, I think that was our best core memory of the summer.
Just letting them roam.
Like we kind of like
put that fence in.
We signed the contract. Yeah, the fence was one thing. That was like, I actually came back from Aruba and like I started seeing deer in the backyard. I'm like the last thing I need is Brody or Buster seeing a deer, and then I don't know what they would do. They were apartment dogs their entire life. Maybe what would they think that is?
Definitely take off.
Yeah. So I saw like a couple of them that morning. I'm like whispering, Brody and Buster, get inside, get inside. Then I knew how to build a fence, but
DIY.
Besides the point, yeah.
DIY fence.
It's a little makeshift fence for the time being until we get the rest of our. I mean, my father-in-law always said, like, house keeps you busy every single weekend.
I was literally just going to say that cliche. Can you relate to that? Like you're never bored another day in your life.
There's always something.
Right? Yeah.
I picked up the hobby of like cutting cardboard. Like I'm doing that like every Sunday now. Like
yeah, I feel that.
Oh my God. Like cut it up.
We can help you out with that. That's like a therapeutic task, I feel like.
Just honestly?
Cutting cardboard. Yeah. Like breaking down boxes.
For me at least. I don't know. It's weird.
It makes sense to me.
My OCD gets like, I don't know. I just tell her, do me a favor, just throw all the boxes in the garage and I'll handle it.
Talk about a pet peeve of mine. When I see a full box sitting in a recycling can. I'm like, who did that? Like, I want to like take that out of recycling and break it down.
I wouldn't be surprised if
for
you
him.
did do that.
Like sometimes
I don't go that far.
I
But
am one of those guys. Sometimes when I'm lazy,
Yeah, I'm like, come
Sorry.
on now.
sorry. But yes, we bought a home. We are now really making it feel like a home, and it's been just a long process. So now it's like everything's kind of coming together.
Yeah.
We got married last summer, bought a home this summer, so definitely some core memories.
we've
Busy
had a lot
year
of
this year.
significant events happening.
Yeah.
Had some core memories in Greece at that destination wedding for sure. So
Yeah, celebrated our 1 year. We
Yeah.
saw Mamma Mia in the city.
wow.
And it's actually pretty good. I had no idea that movie existed. Like all those
Really?
songs by ABBA, I thought that was like new.
Yeah,
Like
so
A Guy at Midnight or whatever that song
that's like
is.
a classic, right?
Yeah,
that's
so
a
that-
featured Broadway show.
Apparently there's 2 movies, Mamma Mia.
Yeah,
Watched both of them that night.
there you
So
go.
good.
Wow.
So how far from the city? You just like a half hour from there?
Nah, still an hour.
Okay.
Hour train. If you want to drive, maybe like 45. But
So what, from the studio? You're right around the corner from Bravery Studio?
yeah, we're about
Here in Garfield, New
If you guys
Jersey?
haven't noticed, our new studio in Bravery Studios and some of our new merch. We got some mugs. We got a hat. You got
man.
any stuff on you know?
No.
TJ
Not the
has
dad
his-
chapter
just
today.
our
Anime
and
sweatshirt
anime
on.
fan.
Big
You know
movie
what?
night.
And that's kind of what we want you guys to see. You guys, we want to show you our authentic selves and who we are. And this is what I wear as often as I can. My wife hates my shoes, hates my socks. I got
Hey,
the
we twin today. We didn't
sweatpants
plan
on.
that.
You'll always
got
see me in
Kyoto-
cargo
yeah, the
shorts,
cargo
you know,
shorts.
especially when it's 30 degrees in
What do you have
January.
in those pockets? Anything?
Surprisingly, not much. Yeah, usually. But if I'm on dad duty, all I have is some extra gum right now. But on dad duty,
Wow,
I will
that's
have this
light
full
for
of burp
him.
cloths, extra food, a little toy or two. So I'll have plenty of.
You look good, Keo. You
Oh,
look like
thanks.
well rested. You look like
Yeah,
not stressed.
summer mode. Yeah, a little
Kid for
R&R.
2 kids.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say I'm like rested fully, but I'm glad that you think I look rested.
I agree.
So
He does look like he's rested.
Yeah, he looks like he's well nourished. He's been eating.
I took my
well.
weekly
does.
shower last night, so
Been taking his
feeling
vitamins.
good.
Wait, weekly shower.
Oh yeah,
What?
I was gonna see if that would blow over.
Whoa, that no.
All right, so tell us. So you shower really
it might
once a
be
week,
an
or is that a joke?
exaggeration, and to some extent, some weeks maybe not. It kind of depends how it goes, but
I do some of my best thinking in the shower. So
I think
showering
Emma
once
would
a week.
kill me if I didn't shower.
I mean, I don't know if Shannon's aware of it, so hopefully she's not listening to this episode. But sometimes,
Come on.
sometimes I just got to do a face wash, and that is
That's it?
good enough.
You
Put
really
some
don't have
gel
enough
in the
time to
hair.
shower. I find that so hard to believe.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, time is very limited, so
Oh, man.
it's either middle of the night or even
I
early
can't wait
morning.
to
is
prove all
rough.
those theories wrong one day.
It's nap time. I can't wait for you to do that, and you got to tell me
Oh
the
my
secret.
God.
The only thing I'm
cannot wait.
not
Tell
going
me
in
the
on him
secret.
is the fact that he has the 2 of them, and
You can't speak to it because you only have one. but
I
that's
only
not
got
fair.
the one. That's what I'm saying.
But
And
to
when
shower?
even if the one's sleeping, you still have the other one.
Yeah,
No,
this-
you gotta shower.
The simultaneous
you gotta
nap
shower.
is rare.
Keo, I have so
Dude,
many
even if
questions
it's a
for you.
2-minute shower, sometimes I do a quick shower.
Yeah,
Well, I
Emma's-
showered camping. I jumped in the lake. That counts, right?
That's different though.
Let us know. We'll have
You're
a
in-
little poll.
Oh
does,
my- I
does,
can't-
does
I
jumping
can't
in the
wait.
lake count as a shower?
Because that's always like the biggest
When you're
excuse
camping.
people can like leverage over someone with no kids. Just like
True.
you don't get it.
No,
You
you
don't
know,
get
I
it.
mean-
and I don't get it. I don't get it.
You know what the best excuse is? Not that I've really used it is, and now I've noticed, like thinking back, people have used as having kids is not wanting to go to an event, like a party, a social event. So many people use, oh, I have the kids, I can't go,
It's
and
funny,
now it's
yeah.
eye opening. I'm like, oh my god, like
Well,
I
'cause
think back, like,
sometimes-
Oh, yeah.
people just didn't want to go.
Sometimes you
No.
you don't want to
Some,
go.
don't get me wrong, sometimes you can't. I will say,
Right.
but majority of the time they just don't want to go. And it's hysterical.
I don't. Yeah, I could only imagine. I would use that excuse as many times as I could, but I love saying no. Like if I don't want to do something, I'm saying no,
That's a great
and
skill.
I'm trying to get like Taylor to do that too sometimes because she's always like, oh, I gotta be nice. I gotta be. And she's so good at that, but I am like,
I'm like
they gotta
Taylor.
have you guys have like a core group of friends, but like you guys have accepted me for who I am at this
Yes.
point. That you guys are still sticking around. So
We
thank
love you, Kev. We love you.
But like I say, if I don't want to do something, I'm gonna tell you no.
Yeah, but I appreciate you for that, and
Yeah.
I've tried to
Your
be a little
honesty.
bit more like that. Everyone's wired differently, but
True.
I appreciate. I know what I know what I have with you, so it's not a shock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've known
Yeah.
you so long.
I
That's
envy
who
that.
you are, and you can't not be yourself. So
Yeah, we're going on like 15 plus years at this point.
Yeah,
Right,
probably
yeah.
20.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
at least
yeah.
15.
Crazy,
I mean,
crazy,
like,
crazy,
it
crazy.
is wild. Like,
Just think about
what
the
friend group can say that.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully many can say that, but like, you know what? Good for them.
Not
But
as many as you can think.
hey, it is what it is. But think about the best part is we still have so many core memories left to still, like, we're not even halfway through with some of these core memories. And I think that's kind of just where I want to bring it back to. It's just like the core memories that we make as like growing up as friends, and we turn into like young men and then fathers, and then I don't know, one day being grandfathers. I know it's speeding up the whole process, but like
slow down.
There's just so many different significant life moments that like it's just it's important to be around the people you care about most when that happens.
Yeah, I was just actually thinking of a moment when we were talking about our friend group going back to some of the beginning days, you know, and we got hungry late one night, right? You know, we've been hanging out in Huff's basement, and we decided to take a little stroll. You know, luckily your house was close to some fast food restaurants, so we took a little walk and we tried to get McDonald's, but only the drive-thru was open. So we tried to walk through the drive-thru, and they weren't having that. So
I think it was Burger King.
Stay tuned, right?
Oh.
We started Mickey D's and they wouldn't serve us. And I said, we're going to go to your competition down the street. We're going to go to Burger King. And they said, okay, go for it. Sure enough, we went to BK and then we could have it our way. And they took our order and we walked through the drive-thru. And that was a core memory.
I actually do
like,
remember that.
I'll never forget like the zesty sauce that night. It tasted so much better.
Right? Our kids are going to be doing something like that.
And that's what I wanted to bring it back to. Thanks, Huff, because that was the main point. When my kids and our kids one day, you know, hopefully they don't listen to this podcast because they're going to be like getting these,
I do want them to listen
getting these ideas. No, because I'm going to be like, oh, I never did anything like that. Where'd you learn that? And they'd be like, actually, according to episode 6 of the Dad chapter, you did some crazy stuff, Dad. So, but yeah, I can't be
season 2, episode 1.
Right.
Twisted.
Episode 6 total.
It's funny because one of my good friends, shout out to Matt and Steph, they just had their baby the other day. Congrats. And he was texting, he said, oh, my son and Trip are going to be like best friends, and they're going to be running high school and all this stuff. And I'm sitting there laughing, and I could feel like the pride like pouring out of his texts. And it just made me smile because it's like I can't wait for the day that they grow up close together, because we plan on keeping in touch. And I feel like that's so important. And you can't, like, you don't realize what we have with our high school group. Right. Is tight. A lot of people do not have that. It's hard to keep in touch sometimes.
It's rare.
Life goes fast, and I can't wait for those memories to happen. I mean, it's far from it, but it made me excited to look further towards the future.
Yeah. Congrats to that couple. That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. It's like my wife was just saying, like, she was envisioning our kids playing together or going on a trip one day, and like that's crazy to think about, like trip with baby Ava. You know, shout out to the Bruno fam. And yeah. So I mean, Ava's probably going to be crawling around pretty soon. So getting to that.
Vince said her hair's in that awkward stage. I'm sure you can attest. I don't have a girl, but he said it's not like long enough to really put it in the bun right. So it's like kind of just all over. And I was like, dude, I can't help you out with this one. But he did call me, and it made my day. He called me like a few days ago
for some advice.
And I said, "Wow, it felt so good." So what's up, dude?
Can you share?
Yes. Yeah, I really.
Yes. This is good stuff.
He wanted to know what, and for all you out there, Vinny's very a calculated person. So he asked what we did with Trip in terms of feeding, and I think Ava's like 4 months, going on 5.
Yeah, going on 5.
So. And after I hung up with him, like I was trying to remember how old she really was, and he wanted to know if we basically put any additives in with the breast milk. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no. And then I was like, no, dude. I was like, I'm a huge advocate. If your wife can produce, breast milk gives them all the nutrients they need. I've looked it up. I'm telling you, we did it for at least the first 6 months, probably longer. That's all he had, my son. That's it. And he's very nourished, my son. He's a chunker.
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
We didn't have a problem there. And typically the breast milk babies are bigger. They're fatter than if you use formula.
Oh really?
And I told him, I said, listen, you do whatever you want, like I tell everyone, but you really don't need it. You don't really need to introduce. He wanted to introduce like oatmeal into the formula.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wouldn't, but you do you. And I was just so happy that he even asked, just to have like an outlet.
No, that's so cool.
It made my day.
Right?
So
you
was
feel
cool.
like
I'm glad I remember to share that on
That
here.
is awesome. What was the final verdict? Did he end up doing it?
I don't know. We'd have to find.
Vin, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Flavor at home.
Gotta know.
Bananas, I would just recommend.
Yeah, he's got his cooking thing. Yep.
That's right. Start with veggies. That's my recommendation.
Grow
just
his own
because,
garden. Maybe that's Leslie.
Well, for
but-
a second, I was thinking,
the
I'm like, wait, no,
fruits.
she's not even that old yet to even be like nibbling. Because I was telling them, oh, like they make those smoothie melts that just dissolve, so you don't have to worry about
Oh,
them
yeah,
choking.
no, you gotta
But that's farther on. I'm like,
Yeah,
wait,
that's
she's
like-
only like 4 or 5 months old.
That's
like,
down
no.
the road. Yeah, but you can
like-
introduce, like, I mean, I know we did with our daughter and our son, I think around 4 months, our pediatrician was like, go for it if you want. So we started introducing, like, around 4 months, the purees, just like
Yeah.
peas, carrots, bananas. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you start with the veggies, that way they're not really, like, because you give them bananas first, and they're like, oh, this is amazing. And then you're like, oh, yeah, here's some butternut squash. They're like, yeah.
I remember the first time I gave Brody Buster bananas.
Oh, yeah? Fan?
So I guess that's just transferable. I didn't know that.
Talk about
Yeah,
the
so the
purees.
fur babies love that too, I guess.
My son, I give him the purees, those pouches,
Oh, yeah.
or my wife will put it in like a drink for him.
Uh-huh.
Dude, he doesn't come up for air.
Yeah.
Literally drinks the whole
So
thing in
good,
one shot.
right? I know.
If I
Right.
take it from him now, I mess with him. He bites the straw, and I'm like, and I just to mess with him, and then he just
like, this
he
is
puts
mine,
it down,
Dad.
whatever.
Yeah, so
He's happy, so
hey,
That's awesome.
gotta keep him happy.
got to eat. And then pretty soon they're eating like real foods, like salads. Like my son's now like 10, 11 months almost. He's eating a full banana like on his own. And I'm just like, dude,
Wow.
takes like a huge chomp of it. I'm like, he's got 4 teeth. Got 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Got these like Michael Strahan teeth up top. I'm like, I don't know if they're going to straighten out, but it looks pretty cute right now.
They
so
got braces or
Yeah,
Invisalign.
that we'll
Do
figure
people
that out
still
down
do
the road.
braces?
I guess we'll figure that out in like 10
Yeah.
years. Yeah, so these
Definitely.
are all
I just know nowadays everything is Invisalign. Whatever, I don't know.
It is,
Yeah.
but it's an arm and a leg.
more
True.
yeah, right?
True,
More-
true,
go
true.
back to that other topic. So
Yeah, braces maybe.
I actually, the one thing I really want to bring up today was core. This is definitely a core memory. My son's finally walking, and it is awesome.
Let's go, Trip.
Every person told me, no, you don't want him walking, because then they get into everything. I said, listen, if you got to hold him, you're not going to want to hold him as long as you have to. You're going to want him to walk. Now I could just put him down and let him, I'll follow him around. Do whatever you want, son. I'll make
Wait, I
sure he
didn't
doesn't
notice
hurt
that when we
himself.
went to your house the other day.
He's
He
walking.
started walking before that.
He was walking, but then he would just take a couple steps and then revert to crawling. Now he's full blown walking everywhere, and it's the
committed.
greatest thing.
Isn't that like now entering like the terrible twos? Because once they start being mobile,
Yeah.
they're like, where
I
did he go?
Yeah, I witnessed it like a couple
Yeah.
hours ago. I mean, he literally like TJ went to
climbed
use
up
the
on his thing.
bathroom. He walked over. He shut the door right behind his dad. Yeah, like
When's he
he's-
kicking a soccer ball for the first time?
We're not there yet. He's not coring
Imagine
up.
that. That's gonna be another one.
He's doing the
Chelsea.
he's doing the drunken walk right now, so he's not there yet.
We've all been there.
Yeah, I mean that's the best way
That's
to describe it.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
that I want to
core-
bring up.
core
That is a
memory.
core. That's definitely my core memory.
What's been a memory that maybe taught you the biggest lesson that maybe you don't want to remember?
Well, in terms of like, I feel like loss is such a hard thing to deal with. Maybe in our country more so than others. I just like, not to get like too morbid, here our season 2 premiere, but like, I feel like
You
just-
always get uncomfortable with the tough questions. Come on.
No, I'm that's why I'm answering it this way. I think like, I had to go through like the loss of like my grandpa when I was younger, and like he was always at all my baseball games, all my basketball games with my grandma, and like those are core memories of me growing up, and like visiting them in Arkansas, riding in his convertible Corvette. Like I could still smell like the gasoline, from that Corvette driving around Arkansas with him. So like that was tough for me. Like, he had Alzheimer's, and so it was tough on like my grandma too, but like, so like a hilarious story. My brother and I were like maybe 10 and 6 at the time. We go over to their house in Brick once they moved to New Jersey to be closer to us, and we loved the M&M machine. They had an old school M&M machine. You would turn the dial and they would come out the bottom. So we'd love getting M&Ms there. But my grandpa, they were his favorite. So he knew we were coming over one day, and this is like towards the latter stages of his dementia, but he hid that M&M machine. He didn't want us to have any. So then my grandma got all
I would do
mad.
that.
My grandma
It's
got all
horrible.
mad, and she goes, "We have so many M&Ms. The kids love the M&Ms. Go get the machine." And he couldn't remember where he hid it. So nobody could find the M&M machine. It was like it was a good hiding spot. They eventually found it, but like he was in trouble that day. So like those are just core memories. So like losing him when I was in like middle school, that was tough. Like losing my dog who I grew up with, like that was like another piece of like my uncle and my grandpa too. So like, shout out to my dog Dumas. He was the best. Like, so that was in high school, like going through that and like giving him ice cream like on the last day, because I just knew like he was letting us know like that was it, like when you know. And I'm just thinking like for our own kids, like teaching them to deal with that now. Like, I think that's a big lesson. Like, you just got to live life to the fullest and kind of celebrate life more, like kind of maybe how they do in Mexico, like Dia de los Muertos. Because like my daughter, she lost her toothbrush in Florida, like put it down the sink. We warned her multiple times, and like, because it didn't have like a stopper, and she dropped her toothbrush down the sink, and we had to like go get it in the plumbing, but we weren't going to let her use it again. And oh my goodness, I've never seen her so distraught. I'm like, this girl's gonna have serious trouble with loss. So, but
oh my
like,
God.
yeah, it was like the end of the world. She lost her toothbrush. You know, like that's not even a goldfish.
So like, what'd she do? Did she like just?
We luckily Gurmom, shout out Gurmom and Poppy. That's their place we stayed at in Florida. They had a spare toothbrush, like an adult.
She calls her Gurmom.
Gurmom. It started with grandma, but then it was just mom.
Sorry, I couldn't let that go.
It got confusing.
Oh, that's a
No,
grandma?
that's funny.
Yeah,
Grandma?
so grandma is Gurmom.
Gurmom.
Yeah. It's been in a lot of different stages there.
I'm sure Gurmom loves that.
She loves it,
Loves
yeah.
it.
And then
He
it
eats
started
it up.
as grandpa, and now it's Poppy. So, and then we got
Poppy.
Mimi and Pops. So it's a little confusing, but anyway, they had an extra spare toothbrush, so we were able to recover from that. But that was right before bedtime, and we were like, this is gonna be a long night. So, but loss, it's like we've all been through that, you know, like from our earliest stages. Like I feel like that's a core memory.
Yeah. I guess when is it like? There's no good time to ever introduce loss to your kid.
No, I feel like even like they say kids can't remember stuff past, you know, before a certain age, but my daughter would totally like, she's 2 now. I feel like that would.
I believe it. I mean, I
stick with
swear,
her.
Taylor comes up with memories that she's had when she's like 2 or 3, just after like looking at a photo, or her father and mother keep all these like drawings that she's ever done, like when she was a kid, and she's like, I remember drawing that. I'm like, I don't know how much truth is behind that.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like at 2 years old, she's 2, right? Kenzie?
2.5, yeah.
2.5. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think
so-
she's ever gonna forget that.
No, I mean,
Or is it up to you to let her forget that? Right?
she probably will go back to Florida and be like, my toothbrush. But yeah, you know, it's teaching her that we got to first of all listen, right? We got to stop and listen to stay safe and trust the grown-ups in your world. But also, I mean, we got to just learn to deal with loss and appreciate everything that we have and each day for what it is. Because
You know what's funny? Going off the toothbrush, and I remember you talking about binkies last season.
yeah, that was
I
tough,
watched
too.
a video online, and it stuck with me. This couple, what they did was they actually had their son bury his binky.
Like in the garden.
And in the ground.
Like,
Oh,
all right,
yeah,
Literally.
like a
and,
burial.
and told him, you know, you're going to get a present or something.
Yeah.
And it worked. He went down for his afternoon nap, and they filmed the whole thing, and he woke up, and it was the cutest thing. The kid walks outside, and he goes, oh my God. And I forget what it was, but a toy. And then that was it. The binky was no longer. And I was like, that was so
Where'd you
smart.
see this?
Online.
That
There
is
was this couple.
awesome.
It was so cool. It was like the coolest thing.
So many
So that's
binky
actually like a
hacks.
good point. That's kind of
Like kind of with the toothbrush, kind of
Yeah.
like that's
but
what I
like
was getting
bringing
at.
it in like a different way, like realizing like loss. Yes, loss can it's always going to be sad if you're losing something. I don't think if you care about what you're not losing, then it defeats the whole purpose. But sometimes loss can be turned into lessons or
Right.
Yeah.
rewards. Maybe
It was almost like the
is
tooth
a
fairy.
stretch, but
In
No,
a
I know
way.
what you're saying.
I actually had a conversation the other day with Tay about tooth fairies. I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, I guess it's introducing money skills and budgeting from a young
Is
age.
it? Putting
I
your
mean,
tooth underneath the pillow?
Some kids are telling me like just
Telling people-
not my kids, but like I've heard like they're getting $10, $20 bills. I'm like, is that inflation here with the tooth fairy? Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, trying to keep up with
We gotta check the
Dollar
market
bill's
rate for
not what
that.
it was.
price of eggs. Yeah, I got.
Let us know how much you give your kids for tooth fairies.
Waz, if you're listening, can we run the numbers? My econ
Over under
buddy?
$20. I mean, if you think about it, how many teeth you got?
Yeah, I mean Carson's got 4. Kenzie's got like a full set.
Well, how many
so,
are they going to lose?
I don't know. We got to look that up. 20,
So times that by $20 of tooth.
10 to 20.
You're looking
maybe?
at $400.
That's That's
pretty
like,
good.
Speaking
that's
of
a
teeth.
cruise.
Tripp's just teething like crazy still. Like I feel like it's a never ongoing process. He might be good for like a month and he just goes right back to it.
Join the club.
And it's just miserable. Like his molars are coming in. Like he's got a lot of teeth for his age, and it just it sucks.
Yeah, we've been in
you could tell like some days
thick of
he's just
it.
not himself, and
Yeah.
sometimes they get a slight fever from it, and they're just kind of like whiny, and it's
Right.
like you feel so bad, and there's not much you can do.
Just give him some like ice.
Emma gives him like these like holistic drops. I could find out the name of them to help
Yeah, I
people
know she
out.
was saying he doesn't even like the teethers, right? It's funny. They want to chew on just like
we give him the
adult
ice
stuff.
teethers, and he just kind of throws it,
Right.
and then he'll just try and chew on something that he's not supposed to.
Yeah,
Typical.
right. Exactly. Maybe like I don't know, frozen bananas. I haven't even thought about that like for our own kids, but maybe that would be something that he might want to just nibble on. So
I'll have to get the name of the thing.
But yeah, in terms of like the teething, we've been right there too. Like I feel like we're back in newborn stage like the past month or two. I mean, Carson's been battling like fevers and the teething and just like all these things he's learning now. It's like a huge sleep regression. So
always something.
My wife's like, were we up 4 or 5 times last night? I was like, I don't know. It's a blur. Like we're trying to take shifts and stuff, and like he won't sleep in his crib. So stay tuned. Hopefully he's almost out of that.
That's kind of something I started to realize about life in general. It's like there's always something. I think you just said that. There's always like once you get over one hump, there's another hump. And the hump gets bigger and bigger. You get busier and busier. The time gets less and less. And it's just like life is just it's a roller coaster. And I think that's kind of what you're supposed to like build life around are these core memories. And I'm glad that we're back at it again with this season 2 and back to recording because like I do feel like this is going to be a core memory for not only us, but I do look at this as almost like a digital journal. And I've been using my ChatGPT as like a serious diary.
Yeah.
I put some good thoughts in there.
Digital diary.
And it talks to me and like it's like it really lets get my thoughts out. And I think one day our kids, like I think YouTube isn't going anywhere. I think the videos that we've already posted are, I mean, unless we take them down, they're going to stay up.
Right.
And I think one day our Kenji's going to look at this and at like 18, 20 years old and be like, oh my God, my toothbrush. I lost at 2 years old. It'd be like, who knows what that's going to turn into? Be like, Dad, now you owe me a brand new car. And
she'll be like, I knew you kicked that block tower, Dad.
Yeah.
There was no storm. You're full of it.
I think that's going to be so
That's
cool.
definitely going to be like that's not going anywhere.
That's going to be
man.
so cool. I think one day to be like, you know what? We're doing this for them.
Yeah.
We're doing all of this for them. And I think that's kind of what I was trying to say before is like, I do like the working aspect and work doesn't always need to be like this 9 to 5 or this corporate or whatever. Like, I think at the end of the day, it's like about creating purpose. And if I get to do that with you guys, I mean, that's a win-win in my book. So core memories are all around.
I think that was very well said, Kev.
Core memories,
Glad
right?
you turned that into, you spun that. I like
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm always good for a couple one-liners, you know? But you had some time to think about some jokes. Please tell me you got one good joke.
I did. I didn't know if you were going to ask, so I didn't know if you were missing the jokes or not. But, okay, so how many you want? Let's start with this. I recently took a poll.
You only want one, though. Give us your best one.
I'll give you my best one, and it ties into our core memories over the summer, okay? So I recently took a poll, all right? And it turns out that 100% of the people inside the tent were pissed when it collapsed.
Oh, my God.
Did you get that one?
Is it worth him telling it again?
No.
So, as you can tell,
Watch that one back.
Kendrick was very off the grid this summer.
Man.
Did not hear any
It
jokes.
was my camping joke.
So please submit your jokes. We need some sort of good content, and we do want to create some more structure behind this, and really just make this a little bit more entertaining for you guys. And as far as like the setting, we're still working on some of that. This new studio has been excellent. Some of the props that Kendrick has brought. Kendrick is our merchandise guy. Maybe we'll get a website eventually.
Let us know if you want a mug or a hat, maybe, or
I'd like to hear feedback. See if people
stuff.
really want to.
Yeah, let us know if you want
merch.
cooking. If you want cooking tips,
We're here for the dads.
more jokes. Yeah, let us know
We're here
what you
for the
want.
dads, and eventually we do want to grow this to be just a community for people to kind of use as not necessarily an outlet, but just for maybe sometimes the noise you need in the background, and maybe you'll get some laughs out of this. Maybe once we have Bruno join us, he could give us some cooking lessons.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Who knows?
Teach us about taxes.
Yeah. So, anything we want to wrap up on? What do you got?
I just want to. Sorry, I was pulling up a video. Shout out. I'd like to shout out one of our followers.
Oh, yeah.
Jen from NYC. I noticed she's been commenting a lot and loving our videos. Seems to be
Thanks,
a mother
Jen.
doing her thing out there in the city. And
Well, you're a rock star, Jen. Keep up the great work that you're doing.
She thinks it's funny how we're doing this, and she likes to see a glimpse of our side.
Oh, yeah.
So,
the dad chapter
just want
side.
to shout her
Shout out Jen,
Thank you,
NYC.
Jen.
Yeah, keep rocking the mom chapter.
And I'd say we're looking forward to having some guests soon on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know.
We always appreciate all the support. Give the feedback. Anything you need, anything you want to see, let us know.
Yeah, we got a lot of DIY, home tips from Kev and TJ.
Just got some cameras installed. I tend to outsource a lot of my work, I'm not very good at that, and I'm not afraid to admit it. It is what it is.
I can do a few easy dad meals if you want to see that. I got
but not chicken nuggets.
So, yeah, no nuggets. We're not going back to that. McDonald's all day.
All right, cool. I think this is a wrap.
Wrap it up,
All right.
guys.
Hey, follow us on all our socials,
we're on
guys.
all social media platforms at The Dad Chapter. You got Kevin Huff, Kendrick Keogh, TJ Boyd, and we are out for season 1 or season 2, episode 1. Working on it. Thank you.